The following video will show you how to order, assemble, and operate the LimbLogic system. First, let's look at the features of the system. LimbLogic is a remote-controlled electronic vacuum suspension system that monitors the level of vacuum within the socket and draws more vacuum as needed to maintain a secure and comfortable fit. After you set a maximum vacuum level and an acceptable range below that level, your patient may use a fob or an app to adjust the vacuum level within those parameters. To temporarily prevent the pump from regulating the vacuum, such as in a quiet environment, the pump can be put into standby mode. Another unique feature is that the LimbLogic pump is waterproof in fresh water up to 10 feet or 3 meters for up to 12 hours at a time, which means that users don't have to avoid wet environments or inclement weather. The pump is offered in two versions, one that is mounted on the distal end of a socket and one that is mounted to the side. The side mount pump accommodates low build heights and also offers an adaptive mode option where the system switches between a higher and a lower vacuum level range depending on whether the patient is moving or resting. Both types of pumps can be obtained by ordering the WillowWood 1 system, but are also available as standalone kits. The item number for the side mount pump kit is LLV-2000-S. Included with the pump are a battery charger, a fob, and the lamination plate and lamination dummy that are required for socket fabrication. The distal mount pump can be fabricated into either a laminated or thermoplastic socket, so we offer different kits according to the type of socket adapter required. The LimbLogic 4-hole adapter for laminated sockets, and the LimbLogic drop-in adapter for thermoplastic sockets. We also offer the option of a bilateral kit, which includes 2 pumps, 2 chargers, and adapters, but a single fob, since one fob can be used for both pumps. The kit number is LLV-2000 or LLV-2002 for a bilateral unit, followed by an L for a laminated version or T for a thermoplastic version. If you'll be making a thermoplastic socket, you'll need to make a one-time purchase of a thermoplastic tooling kit, part number LLV-02100. If you'll be transferring the alignment, you'll need a transfer plate, which is part number LLV-01045. You will also need to order a liner and a sleeve for use with the system. Liners recommended for use with LimbLogic are the Alpha Duo liner, the Alpha Smart Temp liner, the Alpha Silicone liner, and the Alpha Hybrid liner. The fabric-free Alpha Duo liner features an inner layer of alpha gel and an outer layer of alpha silicone. Included with every Alpha Duo liner is a 1 gel sock, which provides an air wick plus protection for the liner and can be trimmed to the appropriate length. The other recommended liners are all covered in an outer layer of select fabric. The Alpha Smart Temp liner blends silicone with Outlast heat management technology to maintain a comfortable residual limb temperature and delay the onset of sweat. The Alpha Silicone liner provides support and durability for moderate to high activity levels. The Alpha Hybrid liner provides the comfort of gel but with a Kevlar additive to increase durability. For patients with uniquely shaped limbs whose needs are not addressed by off-the-shelf Alpha liners, we offer custom Alpha Design liners. To provide a seal for the LimbLogic system, we offer the LimbLogic sleeve. This fabric-covered silicone sleeve comes with an inner silicone cuff that covers the trim line area of the socket. In the event of a puncture through both the sleeve and the cuff can be rotated with respect to the sleeve so that the holes are misaligned and the airtight quality of the system is maintained. When the sleeve is used with a fabric-covered Alpha liner, the liner should be reflected so that the sleeve can seal against the reflected surface of the liner instead of against the fabric. Fabricating an airtight socket is absolutely critical to the operation of the system. Begin by capturing the shape, modifying it to achieve a total surface weight-bearing design, and making a diagnostic socket. To attach a distal mount pump, you'll need to tape off the hole on the underside of the 4-hole adapter, then attach it to the socket with Fabtex 60-second adhesive, and wrap the assembly with casting tape. Drill a 9/32 inch hole in the socket, then insert the pour-on filter and cut it flush. Press the sealing gasket into the recess on the pump so that it does not fall off when you turn the pump over, then attach the pump to the socket. For a side mount pump, drill a 9/32 inch hole in the distal third of the socket wall. Press the diagnostic gasket that was provided with the pump onto the pump so that the gasket does not fall off if you turn the pump upside down. Position the pump and gasket over the hole on the socket, then secure with tape. After assessing the socket fit, fabricate the definitive socket by following the instructions provided with the kit. The process for creating a thermoplastic socket with a drop-in adapter involves the fabrication of a distal pad, and we've created a separate video to show you how to do that. Check it out on our website or on our YouTube channel. When assembling the definitive prosthesis, proper sealing gasket installation is key. Press the gasket into the recess on the pump so that it does not fall off, and if you're assembling a distal mount pump to a thermoplastic socket, be sure to stack a second gasket on top of the first before attaching the pump to the socket. If you need to place a distal mount pump in another part of the prosthesis other than directly below the socket, we offer a vacuum plate and vacuum pyramid. Hoses are provided for linking the pump to the distal adapter on the socket. And finally, if you'll be using the fob to adjust the system settings, you will need to install the battery that is provided. Simply pry open the fob case using a small flat blade screwdriver, insert the battery as shown, then snap the case back together by starting at the battery end and working back toward the opposite end. If you prefer to use an app on an iOS device to adjust the system settings, download the LimbLogic Clinician app from the App Store. Your patient may download the Patient app from the App Store. For more details, visit our YouTube channel to watch videos on both of these apps. There's one other option for you to adjust LimbLogic system settings. It's a software program called the LimbLogic Communicator, which provides additional functions such as allowing you to view system usage information between two visits, to set up the adaptive mode, and to view information about transfemoral socket conditions that correlate with socket motion. Check out our videos on the communicator for more details. Now that the prosthesis is assembled and ready to go, let's look at the basic operation of the system. On a scale of 0 to 20, the desired vacuum level is called the vacuum set point, and the upper limit for the vacuum set point is called the user maximum. The vacuum range is the setting that determines the point at which the pump will activate to reach the vacuum set point. In other words, it's how far the vacuum level is allowed to fall before the pump turns on again. The patient may adjust the vacuum set point, but not the user maximum or the vacuum range. In this illustration, the bar represents the vacuum range. The top end of that bar is the vacuum set point. So let's say, for example, that the vacuum set point is 16 and the vacuum range is 6. That means that when the patient first turns the system on, the pump will run until the vacuum level reaches that vacuum set point of 16, and then will turn off until the vacuum level drops down to 10, at which point the pump will activate again until the vacuum level returns to 16. Now, the patient can adjust the vacuum set point down or up, if desired, just not any higher than that user maximum that you have already established. Notice that when the vacuum set point was changed, the size of the vacuum range itself did not change. It just shifted up or down depending on how the patient adjusted the upper set point. But you may increase or decrease the vacuum range to a more appropriate setting if needed. As mentioned before, you can adjust these settings using either the fob or the app. So here's a look at the fob. The display area here shows the current vacuum level and various other symbols. In the case of a bilateral user, these indicators show which pump is currently being controlled by the fob. This indicator lights up when the pump is in standby mode. This one indicates that a leak has been detected in the system. When this battery indicator flashes red, the pump's battery needs to be charged. Here in the center, we have the Enter button, which is used for turning the fob on and for applying new vacuum settings. These up and down buttons are used for changing the vacuum settings. If you prefer to use the iOS app, you'll need to start by entering the pump's serial number. Once you've done this, the app will recognize the pump whenever it's in range, and you can tap on that pump to access its settings screen. Here you can view the current vacuum level, switch between active and standby modes, view the pump's battery level, and adjust the vacuum settings. Note that in the app, the vacuum set point is referred to as the user preferred setting. The patient app is similar, but does not offer the ability to change the range or the upper limit for the vacuum level. Both apps will display an error message if a leak is detected. Before using the system for the first time, you'll need to charge the pump battery. Insert the charging plug into the charging port on the pump. Then plug the charger's adapter into a power outlet. The node LED will be solid green during charging and will start flashing once charging is complete. To turn on the system, press the pump's on-off button. The pump will beep once. Wait 10 seconds and press and hold the Enter button on the fob for approximately 2 seconds, or open the app. The pump will begin to create negative pressure until the desired vacuum level is reached, and then after that it will activate as necessary to maintain the vacuum level within the vacuum range. The pump can be put into standby mode at any time by sliding the switch on the app or by pressing and holding the Enter button on the fob. The system is shipped with the user maximum set at 20 and the vacuum range set at 6. If these settings are not sufficient for your patient, you can use the app or the fob to adjust them to the appropriate levels. The patient can use the app or the fob to adjust the desired vacuum level within the limits you've set. The optimum vacuum setting is different for each amputee. Keep in mind that higher vacuum levels require that the vacuum pump use more power, and will therefore discharge the battery faster. To turn the pump off, press the on-off button one time. The pump will beep twice. The fob will shut off on its own after 1 minute of inactivity. A suction pad is available to help you isolate the source of any leaks that might occur in the system. The service kit allows you to replace the check valves in the pump if they become clogged due to a buildup of salt crystals from patient sweat. Refer to our LimbLogic troubleshooting video for details on how to use these items. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please call us at 800-848-4930 or email us at customerservice@owwco.com.